of talk about winter, but we haven't really had one.
Well, as Jim was saying, just previous speaker, I mean, it's been such a mild winter, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's been fantastic from two perspectives. One, the feed utilisation has been superb, Rob. I mean, there is no excuses for feed wastage in conditions like we've had. And I think probably from the livestock perspective, being warmer, the animals have maintained condition better. So there are some pluses, but of course the negative is, have we had the amount of rain to recharge the aquifers? And probably the answer is no. So, yet if you listen to the long-term forecasters, they are telling us that to expect a wet spring and a wet summer. Now that follows the Northern Hemisphere, which they've had in the last 12 months. So maybe there's some hope yet. Maybe we don't need it all now, but we'll get it through the next 6 months.
Yeah, well, let's hope so. Still a busy time, though, for people in winter.
Very much so. Spring's approaching fast, to be honest. Another 4 weeks and people will be only saying, gee whiz, soil temperatures are lifting, we've got to start thinking about planting. So now's the time to do a number of things. One, first of all, do your planning for your winter feed budget for 12 months out. And secondly, to do your planning for your spring planting of some specific crops, things like some lucerne, which is really a spring planted program, variety I mean, and that's a spring planting program that you've got to get yourself sorted out for. So that's a combination of liming, getting your pH right, and then effectively making sure you've got seed bed consolidation ready to go in that critical period of sort of late October, early November. In the winter feed sort of area, I mean, a lot of crops will have finished now or be finishing, so therefore they're becoming available for replanting either. And in some areas, certainly from probably South Canterbury to the bottom of the South Island, they'll be looking at spring planting with pastures. So permanent pasture sow down happens in the spring down there. So a lot of that will be ex-green feed crops. So there's a lot of options out there. There's obviously your ryegrass, you've got other species that you can try. One of the things that we've been finding is our dear friend Coxford, and you know Coxford, Rob, it's been the bane of a lot of people's lives for a long period of time, but it's
clumpy Coxford has
really
been the bane of people's
starting
lives.
to show its benefits in these drier areas. The new Coxfords are so much better. They're much more palatable, they're much finer leaved, not clumpy, and really their productivity is amazing. And animals like eating Coxford, these modern Coxfords. So there's quite a swing now to putting a lot of pasture mixes down, which include a reasonable component of Coxford. So you can plant ryegrass and put some Coxford in, and red and white clover and that sort of thing. So there's quite a movement to really create a much more permanent long-term pasture species.